Aries and Libra do not get along that great. They like to fight. Because Aries likes to fight and Libra likes to fight. But you see, Libra fights passive aggressively and Aries fights aggressively. I think the energy of Mars, because it is a negative energy in the world of astrology, it naturally brings chaos, you know? So Mars energy is always going to bring chaos in any partnership. Libra can be as nice as they want to be to Aries, but Aries is not going to back down from the impact they feel needs to be made so that they can make sure whatever they're trying to communicate is conveyed eloquently and that it's remembered. You know, I don't think Aries is just going to back away from a fight. It's not in their nature. That's not how they're made. And you know, you wrap that up with their restlessness, you know, because they're naturally restless. So if they're not working on something meaningful and worthwhile, guess what's going to happen? They will be creating problems to fight about, because one thing that's for sure is that they're made to fight. You get it? So because of the nature of Mars energy, I don't see a Libra-Mars connection generating peace unless both of them are willing to work on their problems. They both have to be willing to communicate about their problems and establish a balance. It has to be a choice that they deliberately make. So I think Libra absorbing their anger when they're upset and Aries overreacting to their anger when they're upset will naturally create imbalance unless those two are hardwired towards wanting to, you know, stick with the status quo and establish balance in all they do. So that would be it. So I'm going to throw that one out as not the most compatible. Moving on to Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio, we have a similar dynamic here as Libra and Aries because, you know, Scorpio likes to fight. You know, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Why do you think my words are so cutting? I have the Scorpio degree at my Mercury. In Vedic astrology, I'm a Scorpio stellium. So, like, my chart is dominant Scorpio. And in 10th house is, like, Scorpio in tropical astrology. So, yeah, I have a lot of Scorpio energy. Like, I'm sharp. I'm cutting. I see what you think you're hiding. I communicate directly about it. My mouth exposes truths. You know, you can't do darkness when you're around me because I thrive in the dark. So yeah, Scorpio is naturally chaotic like Aries, but for Scorpio it's more of a spiritual battle, and for Aries is physical. Okay? So I don't think those two can have peace for similar reasons, because just like Libra, Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty. Venus doesn't want to fight. Venus just wants to feel good and relax. She wants to look good. She wants to feel good. She wants to look beautiful. She wants to enjoy her time. You know, Venus is not wanting to get messy. You know, this is why you guys call Taurus lazy. It's not that they're lazy. It's that they don't want to move. They don't want to move. They don't want to be uncomfortable. They don't like discomfort, much like Libra. This is why Libra is often referred to as a lazy zodiac sign, like one who doesn't want to work and wants to be taken care of by a rich partner. You know, that's Libra's like dream relationship, because Venusians are not here for hard work. They're here for relaxation. In fact, if you have a Taurus or Libra Mars, if you're finding that you struggle to manifest, it's usually because you are not resting and relaxing. I know it seems counterintuitive, but that is the reason why. The reason why is because you are overly active. You're not cherishing and loving yourself enough, because you were made to manifest by attracting things. So what God has intended for you, people want to bring it to you. It's like people want to give you things, you know. A lot of people have Venus in the first house. People perceive them to be very, very beautiful. And wherever they go, people open doors for them. So Libra and Taurus both have this energy of Venus. Venus being at home, Venus being in their ego at their sun. So these guys are here to receive. If anybody should be receiving, it's these two. So if you guys are finding out that you're chasing, and that would be Libra and Taurus, then you're not doing it right. And that's why it's not working. These two love power. Taurus and Scorpio, these two are obsessed with power, right? But Scorpio is obsessed with power and Taurus is obsessed with money. So because Taurus rules the earthly realm, It's more about what does power look like in the physical realm. So for Taurus, it's going to be money because that is the way to quantify it. And for Scorpio, it's really like who you know and the energy that you carry and how you can move people around to get your needs met. So it's like a deeper. So I think those two could get along for the sake of making money and having the right relationships. Because at the end of the day, these two love power too much to do things that would potentially take power away from them unless it's something they absolutely cannot control. I think those two would fight to protect their reputation, their name, their wealth. I think those two are like a solid mix if they can get along. So I see them getting along better than the first two that I mentioned, okay? Now moving from there, Gemini to Sagittarius. Now these two are a lot of fun. These two are wild. Oh my goodness. Because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the fastest planet in our solar system. Nobody in the solar system moves faster than Mercury. So Gemini is fast, they're quick, they're easily bored, they don't like stagnation, they're highly intelligent, they're very intellectually curious, impressionable. Gemini is a 7-year-old that's like hungry for information, and he makes them feel strong, competent, capable to have information that other people don't have access to. They certainly enjoy that a lot, you know, that kind of like feeling like they know exactly what's going on and nobody else knows what's going on. Even in bed too, yes, I would definitely peg Gemini as the most explorative lover. But I think the one that takes it the farthest in terms of like the directions is Aquarius. Because Aquarius is limitless. Gemini is confined to the physical realm. Because Gemini rules, you know, information, and just like Sagittarius, so Sagittarius rules the higher mind and Gemini rules the lower mind, okay? And this is more about like information in the physical realm. So if Gemini hears something once, they never forget it. Like their brain is basically like a computer, and they're very good at memorizing things, very good at absorbing things. They can learn anything very, very fast. It's nothing to them, you know. Likewise, on the flip side, they also struggle to shut down their brains and to go to sleep and to get adequate sleep. All of that is just air energy, especially with Gemini because he moves fast. Now Sagittarius is a bit older. Sagittarius ruling the higher mind is about spiritual connection, divinity, understanding our purpose in the universe, understanding, you know, our spiritual impact. So I think these two will probably get along really well because they're both intellectually curious. They both don't like drama for the sake of drama. They both are adventurous. They both are wild and crazy. And I think they can entertain each other very well. They could have a lot of fun together. I don't see those two enjoying negativity. That's the other thing as well. Those two don't like negativity. They don't like negativity. Now, does that mean those two don't participate in negativity? No, I didn't say that. I say they don't like negativity. Their natural disposition, the way God made them, is to actually be positive people. People that don't take anything seriously. People that laugh easily. People who have a good time easily. People who enjoy like the magic of life and that feel like a child. Like they wake up every day as feeling like a child, feeling excited to discover something new. So there's a lot of excitement about their existence. Like these two are the type that would be drinking a glass of water and they're just like, oh my God, this is the coldest water I've ever had. And like suddenly it's this whole like dissertation about like the different flavors you can add to water and how you can, you know, create circumstances around water as it is to make it more palatable so that you're actually drinking more water. And then they're going to somehow wrap it up into the physical realm by bringing up the fact that the clear sign that a person is not manifesting the life of their dreams is that they're dehydrated. Because water is money, spiritually speaking. And a person who doesn't slow down enough to drink water is somebody who's clearly not in tune with their physical body. But a person that's in tune with their spiritual body first has control over their physical body. Do you see that? We just went from water, the molecules of water, this big spiritual significance of water, and how to use that for manifestation. If you're an intellectual like these two, that's heaven. They could do that forever on any island with just the two of them. The problems with these two start when the issues get emotional in nature. If you two are lost on an island, these two will have no problems getting along. If it was just the two of them on an island and the conversation got so toxic, because these two struggle with emotions, okay? For Gemini, it's because they're two in their head to get in their heart. And for Sagittarius, they're two in the spiritual realm to be in the physical. Sagittarius is detached from the physical realm, so they're in the spiritual realm. So if energetically or emotionally Sagittarius feels hurt by what you've done, they can both feel the thing that they're feeling while also observing the situation to look at it, with the intent to dissect it, to see what all they did, what all they could have done differently, what the situation came to teach them, what they can get out of it, what they missed, what they need to learn so they can do things better next time. So for Sagittarius, there's a lot of curiosity about the self, not just the physical body of the self, but what is the mechanics of the self? What is that made out of? What are you about? What is your character about? What is your morality about? What are your ethics about? How do you go about making decisions? As you know, Sagittarius is the explorer of the Zodiac, so there's a deep analytical nature to who they are. They're naturally a philosopher. Gemini is also a philosopher, but Gemini has a better grasp on the facts in the physical realm. While Sagittarius can afford to be detached, Gemini cannot be detached. So I think these two could take each other to the highs and lows of life, of truth, which is something both of these signs are obsessed with. And they could discover a lot about themselves in the process. Another thing that I like about this pairing is that they like to laugh a lot. They just like to have fun. Sagittarius and Gemini, they're probably like the funnest. Honestly, they're probably the most fun of the sister signs. Because they're both like equally crazy in the best way. Because they do it for the plot, They don't take anything seriously. Like, it's hard to hurt their feelings. They don't care enough for you to hurt their feelings. You have to really be someone they care about for their feelings to be affected by your behavior, So I think these two will probably get along the best.
You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo.